Hello, my name is Authentically Angie Denise, and welcome to my channel. Today, I will be discussing with you something that is very near and dear to my heart, and that is my traction alopecia story. Now, first, I will start off with what the definition of traction alopecia is. According to the NIH, traction alopecia results from continuous pulling on your hair roots. It usually occurs in women of African descent, but it can also be seen in women of other ethnicities. Also, young ladies that participated in ballet and had tight buns continuously, they have something called ballerina traction alopecia. I have also seen traction alopecia in young Latino women when they wear their hair in tight ponytails. Statistically, about 1/3 of women of African descent have or will experience traction alopecia sometime in their lifetime. Traction alopecia is completely preventable. Early signs of traction alopecia, you may see tenderness, acne-like bumps across your hairline, and increased shedding with the bulbs attached. At this stage, traction alopecia is usually reversible. Now, with long-standing traction alopecia, you may have a drier scalp, you may have shorter, broken hairs, and some inflammation. Some people have fine hairs that go across their hairline, and this is known as the fringe sign. At this point, most of the follicles are damaged, and the only thing you can do is either conceal it or get a hair transplant. Some of the methods that I use to conceal it are hair fibers, such as Topics. And I also used wigs to conceal it, as well as black gel. When I was a child and my aunt used to do my hair, she used to tell me pain is beauty as I cried from my hair being too tight. Sometimes I felt that I could feel my heartbeat in my scalp. That's how I felt it was. But it was actually just a pulsating feeling in my scalp because my hair was too tight. My traction alopecia story begins when I was in the 3rd grade. Now, I was teased heavily due to my afro. I was called Chia Pet, and I used to beg and beg and beg my mom for a relaxer. Little girls used to be like, Chia, because everybody in my class, they had a relaxer. So I was like, Mom, please, 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 can I have a relaxer? So one day she was like, I need help with something from the trunk. I was like, okay. And then I saw a box of Just For Me in the trunk, and I was so excited. And little did I know that that was the beginning of the end of my edges. Now, I know there's a lot of girls that are relaxed that don't have issues with traction alopecia, but my issue began because my mom had a friend named Jasmine that said that she did not know how to braid kinky hair. So she had to relax my hair the same day that she was giving me braids. That added stress on my young scalp was the recipe for disaster. And I would say all of 4th grade and all of 5th grade, she braided my hair. And it was the same thing, relaxer and then braids, same day. By the time I was in 6th grade, I was completely skin bald on both sides of my head, which didn't make the teasing any better because I don't know if you noticed from my side profile, I have kind of a big forehead. So they made fun of my forehead and the fact that I didn't have hair on the sides of my head. So that's when I started to conceal my hair by wearing middle parts if I got braids. I would get middle parts and so that no one could see the sides of my head. Then I started braiding my own hair. And like I said, I had no edges. So I used bobby pins to pin the braids down in the front so that it looked like it was attached to something when it wasn't attached to anything. It was basically floating. But yeah. Then when I got to high school, I started wearing quick weaves and sew-ins. And then I started wearing wigs my senior year of high school. After that, I then wore wigs from my senior year in high school up until 2020, continuously, no other style. Because even though I loved my hair, I began to love my hair, I stopped relaxing my hair. I did not feel that there was any style that I could do that could conceal my edges properly if I only wore my natural hair without any added pieces. So in 2016, I decided to go to the dermatologist for the first time. So she suggested that I start with steroid injections. So I got steroid injections on the sides of my head, very painful, for 6 months. And I took hair vitamins as well as Rogaine. Now, I got thin, sparse little hairs that grew across my hairline, but they never grew past a certain length, and it was very, very, very far apart. All the hairs were very far apart. And as soon as I stopped taking the Rogaine, all the hairs would fall out. That's when I realized I needed a hair transplant. So then in 2020, I decided to get a second consultation and I got a hair transplant. When I tell you, I tried everything to grow my edges back. Everything. I tried Do Grow. I tried Wild Growth. I tried Monostat. I tried Jamaican black castor oil, regular castor oil, Haitian castor oil, also known as l'huile mascuti. I am Haitian, sac passe. I tried everything to grow my hair back. Nothing worked. And I tried Rogaine, generic Rogaine, men's Rogaine, women's Rogaine. I tried it all. I tried Dr. Miracle. I tried black seed oil. I tried the inversion method. I was massaging my scalp, okay? I was massaging it every night with peppermint, tea tree, rosemary oil, because rosemary oil is similar to 2% Rogaine. Nothing worked. Nothing brought my edges back. And it made sense because I had long-standing traction alopecia since 6th grade. And at this point, I was an adult. So with years and years and years of the follicles being dead, damaged, maybe a few were dormant, but nothing worked. Nothing worked. The rest of my hair along the perimeter of whatever I was doing would grow, but the hair on the sides of my head wouldn't grow. And that's when I decided I needed a hair transplant because I did not feel beautiful without my wig on. I know that we are all beautiful and I should not feel that I need to wear extra pieces. But the thing is, everybody else had their hair and I no longer had my hair since I was a little kid. So I just felt so self-conscious. One time I went to the beach with my friends and we were on a speedboat. We were on a little raft attached to a speedboat. And when they turned really fast, we fell in the water. So I had a life jacket on. I came up. My friends came up. My wig was not on my head. And I did not want to get out that water until I found my wig. Thank God it floated to the surface. And instead of moving towards the boat, I was moving towards the wig because I only had that one wig and we were on vacation. And I was like, there was no way that I would be able to survive if I lost my wig in the ocean. And then basically it was so funny. I'm walking on the beach and one of the guys that came in the water and got us out, he was like, you're beautiful, because I know he felt that I was embarrassed. So he was trying to reassure me. But honestly, there was nothing anyone could say that could reassure me. One time I was at a baby shower, I was laughing my butt off and I just cocked my head back like this and my wig slipped off my head. Now, I was with my friends, so it was like, and it wasn't that big of a deal to me. I'm like, okay, I'm embarrassed a little bit, but it's like, these are people that I know very, very closely. So it was nothing. And so I slipped it back on without anyone noticing. Now, besides the funny parts, in my relationships, I never allowed my boyfriends to see me without my wig. My friends, my family, they could see me without my wig. But when I was in a relationship, I never wanted my significant other to see me without my wig because I did not feel beautiful. Now, I did have 2 people in my life see me without my wig, but I realized that the only way that I could fix this is if I got a hair transplant so that I didn't feel that I had to wear a wig at all times, even in the comfort of my home. I just think it was sad that I got permanent hair loss from temporary beauty. Thank you for listening to my traction alopecia story. Please like, share, and subscribe. And next time, in my next video, I will be telling you about my hair transplant story. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.